Hello everyone, and welcome back to Tuscany. We're here staring at our implement, misses. I've been calling it a tedder. I'm reliably now informed it's a rake, so we'll now call it a rake and take it as appropriate, as we need to. So yeah, so we're back, and I tried something in a... We tried a multiplayer episode, not a multiplayer episode, we tried a multiplayer game with Sean the other day, and it didn't work out too well because although you could buy and sell things, you couldn't actually, the money didn't change, there was nothing really going on very well with it, so yeah, so that's not the best. So I think what we're going to do is, what time is it? It's, yeah, a little after 11. Let's see if we can pick up our little mini Dropbox thingy, and we're going to go and get rid of that because after the shenanigans a few episodes ago, we don't necessarily want that anymore. Might also try and get rid of the drawbar as well, because I don't really see any point in it, and if I don't see any point in it, let's not have this stuff cluttering up the farm. It's only another item, and if we're not going to use it, well, let's get shot of it. Excellent. So, because we've got our trailer now. We've got probably the only trailer we're going to need for most of what we're going to do. So we'll go get rid, and when we come back, we'll look to push forward. Actually, no. Before we do that. Change of mind. Farmer Giles, he's such a scatterbrain. Still not seen our missing sheep, so we'll continue to keep our eyes peeled. And I'm pressing the wrong button. I'm getting so confused between Farming Simulator 2013 and this game now in terms of what button gets me out of the tractor, what button activates the lights. So we're going to have a check in here. See how Daisy's doing. Yeah, she's nearly there, so if we push forward the day, which we'll do right now. So we're going to push that forward, and we should see, yeah, we've got some Daisy juice ready to take into town, so we'll take that down in, we'll get that sold, and then we'll sell our trailer as well. We'll just check on the eggs, and yeah, Sean was mocking me on the on our attempts to multiplay because he said, "Oh, I don't know what you were doing, Fat Man." I was able to drive the tractor through the barn without any troubles whatsoever. So yeah, so I don't know. We've obviously. I obviously did something, or it just didn't want to behave quite the way I thought it should. So, it's early morning, it's time to get the milk into town, and good old Farmer Giles, he's on the case. So, he's a good man. Smile on his face there. Well, maybe. So, there we go. So it's been a bit of a mammoth recording session today, so there's a lot of farming giants stored up ready to come your way. It's been quite difficult to record those episodes, so I kind of thought I'd get ahead of myself so that if I encounter even more technical difficulties, which I probably will at some point, then I've still got something that I can get ready for you guys. We recorded yesterday yesterday from my perspective, not necessarily from yours, another episode of the Farming Simulator 2013 cooperative play. So I'm hoping you guys are enjoying that. Based on the number of views, I'm going to assume that's a yes. A number of people would like to join us, and once we've done our first harvest, we're going to be looking pretty much at that. Might have a little, hopefully a little surprise there as well, so that we can make it a little bit special for you guys. So at the end of the day, there's very little point in not making the most of what we can do. So, pizzeria. I'd say stop off for lunch, Farmer Giles, but it's breakfast time, so don't. So there we go. Okay, and drop. And now let's take you out of the selling zone before we do what we want to do. Ah, look at that beautiful tractor. Look at the dirt, or rust. Okay, so let's sell it for 75. That's not a bad price. Well, better than a kick in the teeth. So next time we kind of head out this way, we'll try to bring the drawbar, because I'm not really finding that. I tried to use it the other time, and it's just not doing anything for me. So there you go. It's such wonderful joy. So there we go. So yeah, so you guys have been asking, you've been noticing, I think, a little bit that there's not been as many videos, certainly not of AgriSim coming out, or indeed of any of the series, because I've been doing one episode per day of either or of the series. So what I'm doing is I'm moving the videos to a half hour, so hopefully that will help to compensate a little bit. Like I say, I'm still going to do one video a day, but it'll just make it a little bit more manageable to do a half an hour perhaps for you guys than to do 20 minutes. I don't think it's worth going longer than that, because any longer than that is really a nightmare for me to upload. And if I'm watching the YouTube videos, I find if they're longer than a half hour, I tend to kind of wait and hold off, because I don't really always have the time to do them. So there we go. So we've done our cows. Did we look at whether or not they needed feeding? I don't think we did. Let's just check. We went out and we grabbed the milk, and we didn't say morning Daisy, did we? Morning Daisy. And Buck. He's not a Bronco, but Buck. So they could probably do with some grass. And they've got straw and grass. And I think actually what we might well do is we'll start off. We'll leave the grass in the WhatsApp, and we'll just leave them to eat the grass there. I'm sure they'll tell Farmer Giles if they're not happy, won't you? Yeah. Good. So that's decided then, and we've got the corn there. So, and yeah. So we planted corn. I think the corn was the first one we planted, wasn't it? So why am I going up here? I don't want to go to the trailer. I want to go to the pigs. And I'm getting flung by the doors again. Just an example for how we can. We didn't put any corn up here. They have got grass bale. They do make such a noise, don't they? So we'll do the same here. We're going to leave the grass troughs empty, although we could possibly do. Yeah, they like to have corn as well usually, so I've missed that one. A couple of episodes now, I think. So, but before we do that, we're going to remember to do that. We're going to stick a pin in that one. We're going to what are we going to do? We're going to go and, now that it's morning time, we're going to go and see our other field. So I saw a few comments that we should call the dog Duke. I don't have any reason to kind of worry about that, so the dog is now Duke, so where are you, Duke boy? Where are you? Come on. You're hiding somewhere, aren't you? I saw the comment from someone saying that he was hiding half in the ground the other day. He's normally stuck around here somewhere. Bless him. Little wolf bag. So, there we go. Excellent. So yeah, so there's that drawbar that's absolutely no good to man or beast. Well, it probably is, but not to me. So maybe I'm not a man and maybe I'm not a beast either. So what we could really do here is do with the ignition mod that we've got on Farming Simulator 2013, so that we can have the tractor continue running and the lights on and all those good things whilst we're not in the tractor. But nevertheless, no, we kind of have a need to put stuff in it first, don't we? So we've still got a little bit of that, so we'll why am I not in range? Okay, I'm on the wrong side, aren't I? So let's empty and open, and we should have our sunflower seeds. Excellent. So we can keep an easy track because we've got these little test fields. We can see that we've gotten, well, we've put, in this case, 1 bag, but in all the other cases we've put 2 bags in. I nearly pressed it again. You guys were screaming, "No, don't do it!" And I didn't. So, but yeah, so we've used 2 bags or 1 bag, so we'll be able to see based on the yields of what we get out of the field when we put our crop into the when we use our harvester and put the crop into the gravity wagon. We'll get our bags out of it, and we'll know what our profit margin is. So it'll be good. So we're now going to, I'm going to follow one of the other comments, and they said, yeah, it's easy, you can do this in 3 passes. And I go, well, yes, if I do it right. So I have been kind of derping around a bit, I know. So let's come back out a little bit further. Oh, no. That'll do. So we're going to do, yeah, we're going to do our 2 passes. No, I'm the wrong. The time I wanted to be that side, and you put me the other side. Oh well. So drop down. Okay. So come on, Farmer Giles. It's early in the morning. I know you want to go and have your bacon sarnie, but we've got work to do. Jump. So let's pick that up. Okay, so lined up, hopefully. About there. We might have a little bit of a streak, but it'll be okay. Drop down, please. go. Take it away, Farmer Giles. So what we can do is potentially we can get some larger fields for our next crop. So if the multiplayer had been a bit more successful, I might have suggested that we kind of have people and help, but the multiplayer is, well, let's face it, it's no more stable than the rest of the game. The game is playable. It is definitely playable and it's enjoyable, but the textures of the earth and the way that it works makes it very difficult, really. So hopefully that's some of the stuff that they've addressed in Agricultural Simulator 2013. So I think we'll be looking. I know someone's commented and said that they'd like me to do that. I'm not going to do it alongside this one, but when we've finished doing what we're going to do, we'll have to figure out what our end game looks like for this. And once we've reached that point, then we'll look at Agricultural Simulator 2013 and see if we can then take that as our next Let's Play. So that's done that as far as we can do with a single bag of seed. So let's pull it back up and we'll go and park it up. And then that is all 3 of our little fields seeded. So let's look back across there. So we've got corn, wheat and sunflower in our little fields. So it's going to take them a little time to grow. And I think something along the lines of 20 odd in-game days. It's about the same as it takes to breed the animals. So there's quite a bit of time involved, and so there will be probably a fair amount of kind of skipping ahead now each time we've done the animals. So we will have to take it from there. I think we're gonna. I did try something the other day. I tried to take some of those logs from beside our barn, our stable, and I think I managed to get that to work. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to do some more of that. And like I said, apologies if it starts to get boring for you guys, but it's very difficult for people to be saying that they want more, and then saying get boring, because there is only so many things that we're going to be able to do with this as a game. And yeah, so just there we go, that one's good. Wow, I thought I parked closer than that. Okay, there's no way we're going to get that far. So let's reverse up. No, the other reverse. That was a Farmer Giles reverse, I'm going to call that. So, there we go. That's a bit more like it. So we've taken the top log off. Excellent. And away we go. We have to be careful not to destroy our fields, but I'm sure we'll manage. We have a very accomplished driver at the wheel. He's a good man. So yeah. So this will give us another source of income ready to purchase our gravity wagon and our combine. But as I've said in the Farming Simulator 2013 episode, I'd really like to get the equivalent of the case combine that we have on this game, which is effectively one that you have to draw along with the tractor. It's not an independently driven unit. So we'll have to we'll have to see on that one. We've had a look at a few mods, and there isn't a better combine for Farming Simulator 2013 Classical than the FAR. So, but we'll one step at a time, and possibly one game at a time. So we'll get this log out there. It's still coming along nicely, destroying the ground behind it, as you can see. But that's what it's going to do. You drag a log, you drag a log. So up and over. We don't do roads. So and yes. So I think there's probably still some nooks around this map that we can try and find where they are. But yes. So there we go. There we go. Ooh. Careful. Steady on, Farmer Giles. Steady on. Little adjustments. Come on. It's like he's on his driving test and he's really nervous, isn't it? So... in a minute you're going to find out you haven't got that log behind you, Mr. Giles. So... here we are at our friend that collects logs. He loves them. He really does. He loves them. So what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to try and do a little bit of a... hopefully show you guys that I'm not as silly as I look. And I'm going to count the logs that are here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he'd sell us a log for 20. And he's going to buy it off of us for less than that, I'm guessing. It says 20. We've got 872, so how much is he going to give us for it? 88. So he's given us, what's that, 16? No, that's not bad. And if we now go up here and count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you can see he's stacked it up already. He's pretty keen. So yeah, so we're going to head back to the farm. And I think by the time we get back there, it'll be almost time for us to call the episode. And we've got more logs to move because, well, just because. So I can either do that on screen, off screen, or whatever you guys prefer. I'm going to try to avoid stuff off screen because otherwise you guys aren't going to get the episodes. So I will do it probably at least the next log on screen in the next episode. And yeah, I think we're now going to have to look at using the rake. I think we need to use the rake on the... Actually, let's give the hay a quick looking over, because hopefully it's turned to hay and we might be able to rake it over again. So we'll do that before we finish the episode. Yeah, so then hopefully next time we can shift forward yet another day. We'll start to shift forward probably once an episode at the moment, doing some things like moving the logs and raking and baling up some hay. Because we've got some over there I can see on the horizon. And yeah, so we can do some grass cutting and hailing. Grass cutting and baling of grass so that we've got the feed for our animals. I'm about to do this, but I'm also remembering that we need to go do the corn for our pigs, so I'm going to attach that, and then because because we're attaching that, I'm not going to get a trailer. I'm just going to run down to the feed store. Hello, Duke. Where are you, boy? Where are you? What are you up to? Honestly. That dog. I hear ya. Don't sneak up on me now. Okay, well. He'll come bounding round here in a minute, won't he? Little tyke. Okay, so we want some corn. Diddle 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 diddle. So where are you? You're gonna come and jump up at me when I've got a bag of corn in my hands, aren't you? Hmm? No, maybe not. Oh, look at that sunshine streaming in across the yard. Yes, yes. I hear you, I don't see you. But there you go. That's not abnormal. So yeah, so we'll get this done. There we go. Excellent, so they've now got corn as well. Well done, piggies. So I'll have a quick look over here. We can see it's still mostly grass. So let's get our rake and let's give it another good raking. If we rake it every day and we still don't get hay, then we'll know we're doing something not right. Yeah. So last time we went down... yeah, we went down from the other side, so we're going to go down this side this time. I think, yeah. No, it's... I'm pressing the Farming Simulator 2013 key to lower the hydraulics. Moving? Why are we not moving? Seriously? Okay, let's get out of that. You're not stuck on anything. What are you up to? Stop messing around, Farmer Giles. So... that's more like it. I was pressing 1 and I was pressing 2 and I was kind of then pressing W to try and move things forward. And nothing was working, so let's try and rake our grass and see if we can get some more of it to turn to hay. Potentially taking it nice and slow this time, so we might speed up to level 2. So that's probably going to be a bit better for us. So, yeah, and that's the key that I'm going to have to map in FS, because I keep pressing it's the hard worker button. I keep pressing it to blast the horn, and that's not the button. So, ooh, we've got a bag of something out there. What is that a bag of? We'll go and pick that up in a minute. So let's get ourselves turned around. Does any of much of that? No, nothing of that has turned to hay any more than it already had done. So I'm beginning to wonder. fairly sure we're on the right. Fairly sure we're on the right sketch. We don't have any options, so we can't turn the rake into anything different than what it is. So, interesting. But nevertheless, it is what it is. So there we go. Right, okay. Hello. Right, okay, so let's go and detach that, and I think we'll park it back over where we have been parking it, which works for me. Yeah, so there we go. So let's go and disconnect that. Move the tractor a little bit forward just in case. We don't want to be in the position where we have a glitchy tractor when we log on for our next episode. And I'm double pressing the W key to try and run, and it's not how you run in this game. Hello, chickens. So we're going to go down and have a look at this bag and see what it's a bag of. I have no idea where it's come from. It's a bag of wheat with 2 in it. So I think we'll take that one up. I think we can stick that one safely in the chicken coop, because we're not going to get any money for it. And with 2 out of 50, we're not going to seed anything with it. So that could be the 2. That could be the 2 wheat that we had left over when we emptied the seeder. So that'll do. So that'll feed the chickens for a little bit. Well, not for very much. And just take a quick run around, see if we can see any sight of our sheep, which still hasn't shown up. I wonder if, like, the dog is somewhere in the ground. So if you see a sheep head or something, then yeah, let me know. So yeah. So I think that's about it for today. So until next time, take care, folks.